Hey everybody, just a real quick video today of how to weld up a diff. So if you've got an open differential in your car and you're looking to use it for drift days or anything like that, then you're going to need to lock that up, basically meaning that when the input goes into the diff, both wheels spin at the same time as opposed to it going to the easiest route. So you'll see some people doing a burnout and you'll see one wheel spinning.
Oh, one tire fire!
Because the power is taking the easiest route out through one wheel as opposed to trying to put some drive through the other wheel. What locking it means is we're going to actually lock up the gears in here and put a plate in here and weld it in so that when we turn one, the other will turn in the same direction, or it'll actually be locked, and it'll only turn when the input shaft is turned. So today we're using this differential of an R34 Skyline. This is the GT originally auto model that's been manual swapped, so it's an open diff. So what we're going to do, make up a couple of plates, make sure they fit in place, clean up the differential really well so we don't get any fires or anything from the residual oil that's in there, and then weld in the plates. So nice and easy to take out. On the diff you've just got 2 bolts on the back, and there were 19 mils if I remember correctly, that hold it into the subframe. You've got 2 on the casings here, which went through the bushes, they're 17 mils. You've got the bolts that go through to the drive shafts. These were 12 mils each side on there, and you've got the input shaft bolts, which these were 14 mils on both sides. Just remember when you're doing this yourself, plenty of WD-40 or whatever lubricant you use first of all to get everything loosened up as much as you can, because otherwise you're really fighting against quite a lot of dirt and crud, because this is the underside of the car and there's a lot of mess in there. So let's grind out some plates, clean them up, tack them in place and crack on. So now we've got our 2 plates that we're going to put in. We're just going to give them a clean off around the edges on the bench grinder, so we've got nice material. The key thing now is we're tacked up 3 sides. We're going to bend the metal down so that it fits flush over on both sides and has a nice connection with the other gear. So now that's all tacked in place. Now we can fill weld the indents on the gears and then seam all the way around. Okay, so now that we're done, we can test it by spinning this. As you can see, both of our shafts are moving in exactly the same time, exactly the same direction on there, and they are locked in place. So that's exactly how we want it. All good.
Oh, good job. Good job. Really good job.
So all wadded up, we're just going to put it back together. Just going to put a thin layer, sit it all the way around. Doesn't need to be thick, just needs to be a sort of guiding coat, just to make sure everything stays in place. Good news is with this style we can slide it in with these threads at the back, there. And we just have to put the two bushings that go upwards in place. So we're going to fit these on already, roughly in the right position. And then we'll take one of these, put it up in place. So we've got the diff sat there, then we can move it out as we need. Right, so we've got this wedged in, we've got one bolt up the front here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop the rear bolts in so we know it's not going to fall out, and then we'll get the top part of this bushing in as well. So now we can fit in this top bushing and bolt, and then we can always, once that's up and loosely in place, we can then undo this one and get our top bushing in there as well. Not the easiest of jobs with one person, if I'm honest. Especially when you keep dropping. So once you've got all bolts caught up, leave it loose, because what you're going to want to do now is put the drive shafts in place just so they sit in. The drive shaft's end, if you can see here, has got a spherical part to it which sits inside a cup on here to place it in. So even if your bolts came undone, it's still sitting in the place rather than banging about. There is a bit of movement in them, play side to side, and again the same with your prop as well. On there you've got a little spline there that sits it in. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all those in place, loosely bolt them up, and then we can put the diff in place and everything will go up with it. Then we can tighten up all of our drive shafts. So I'm the self-proclaimed king of losing bolts, and after about 20 minutes of searching, found it. I put it on the shelf. I've taken it down there to show you guys which one it was and forgot that I put it there. So that's prop shaft stuff, just finger tight. Now let's move on to the drive shafts. That's the diff back in the car and all locked up, ready to go to the next drift day. So I hate to end a video about welding up a diff without a massive fat burnout, but unfortunately the car needs some other work doing to it as well, so you'll have to make do with a video of me drifting. Everybody, if you like the videos, please do give them a like. Also, if you could share the news and get people to subscribe and subscribe yourselves, I'd really much appreciate it. If anything in there has helped you out, then please let me know in the comments. And if you want to see any particular other videos, also let me know those in the comments as well. Speak to you soon.